Alright, what I want to do right now is show you guys the bet the farm method of factoring. I've heard someone explain what they meant by bet the farm and what it stood for, and it was so fascinating I totally forgot it. So what we're going to do is call this one bet the farm. So, I don't know. That just seems silly. Alright, first thing you always do in everything is determine /factor the GCF. Okay, you always start with that. So, I've got 12x cubed plus 2x squared minus 30x. Alright, this is pretty obvious. And once again, this is just supposed to be kind of a review type situation. So this will be a little quick, but I see a 12, a 2, and a 30. So the biggest thing they have in common is the 2. And I've got an x cubed, x squared, and an x. So the biggest thing they have here is an x. Okay? So I'm going to pull out a 2 to match the numbers, and an x. And then the bit that I'm left with would be 6x squared, because I would have a 6 after I pulled a 2 out of it, and then 2 x's where I once had 3, plus x minus 15. Alright. Now, we set up parentheses. Now, yes, technically we're setting up factors, but for all intents and purposes, we'll say we're setting up parentheses like this, just like in the Berry method or whatever the case may be, but we're just going to go ahead and put x there. Okay, just x is the first thing. Okay, and now whatever comes next, well, who knows, right? So, here's what we got. We know that we need to find the magic numbers. Okay, so I'll just go ahead and keep these here so that we kind of know where we're going next. Alright, and this is going to be where our final answer goes. So the next thing we need to do is determine, just like we've always done, the magic numbers. And the magic numbers, right? So I can go ahead and just ignore this thing for right now and stick exclusively with this trinomial. Alright. So for the magic numbers, I take 6 and I'm going to multiply it by negative 15. And I'm going to get negative 90. And what I want to find are things which multiply, and this is one that kids screw up often, which is I can understand this. Technically, there's a 1 sitting out front here, so I need to find factors of negative 90, which add up to 1. All right, so this actually isn't terribly difficult at all. Negative 90. Well, one really obvious set of factors is 10 and 9, and I want the 1 to be positive, so go ahead and pop the negative on the smaller number. And what I end up with is 10 plus negative 9. And these are my magic numbers. So, I've got the magic numbers. Now what I'm going to go ahead and do is put them in there. And I'm going to go ahead and give myself some space on the bottom. Okay? So I'm actually going to set these up like fractions. The magic numbers go on top. And then put A in denominators of magic numbers. Reduce and slide. All right, what am I talking about? Well, okay. So the a value, right? The a value here, I'm going to try and do it over top of this, is 6, right? So I'm going to go ahead and put this over 6. And I'm going to put the 6 under here as well. And now I'm going to reduce those fractions. Well, all right. 10/6, well, that's going to end up reducing to, right? If I can reduce fractions, this is going to reduce to 5/3, right? And this right here, that has a 3 in common, this is going to reduce to 3/2. So now in the place of the 10/6 and the 9/6, I'm just going to go ahead and put those reduced fractions in there. Alright. Let's get these out of here. And now I do the slide part. What am I talking about with the slide? The slide is where I take these denominators and I quite literally slide them up front. So I pop it right in front of the x here. So now what I end up with, and you're going to have to give me a second here to get all these colors straightened out, but I promise it's for the best. So I know that my x's are going to be here, right? And I know I'm still going to have my plus and my minus, right? And I knew what I'm going to be left with here is this 5 and this 3. But now this 3 here goes out front of the x, and then this 2 goes out front here. And that is our final factorization. Okay. Oh, wait. No, it's not. Now it is. Don't forget the 2x. Okay? So, I almost made a big mistake. So this is our final factorization. Okay, so this is called the bet the farm method. Still have no clue why. There are folks who will immediately gravitate towards this, and I encourage you guys to use this if you feel that it's the most effective.